Eternal Health, episode number 18.
You're listening to the Eternal Health Podcast, where we discuss God's great design for your life in body, mind, and spirit. Your host is Laura Rimmer, who's a plant-based nutritionist, author, speaker, and health coach. Looking for yoga tips or the latest protein shake recommendations? Sorry, you're in the wrong place. If you're ready for no-nonsense, multi-layered health expertise drawing on evidence-based nutrition and biblical principles, welcome to Eternal Health. For show notes and to download your free 5-minute Optimum Health Scorecard, please visit laurarimmer.com. Enjoy the show.
Hi there, it's Laura Rimmer. Welcome back to the Eternal Health Podcast this week. Glad to have you back. Now, we are in the second part of a 3-part series. It was actually taken from a video series that I did on my website and in my Facebook group a couple weeks ago. And many people watch the videos, but you might not be a video person, you might be just an audio person. So I thought, why not share this series that actually generated a lot of comments, a lot of interest from people, and is really valuable training. Why not share that with my podcast audience? So this is the second video. Well, it'll be audio, and I will link to the video in the show notes. So the show notes will be at EH018, and you can go and watch the video there if you want to watch the video format. And there's also slides that go with it, so it might make sense to go back and watch some of that at least. So feel free to go onto my website and look at that. But today's topic is going to be all about, and this is an interesting one, really important one, the very best diet that we can be eating. And a spoiler alert, it's going to be a plant-based alkaline forming diet is the very best diet that we humans can be eating. And that goes across the board for people, young, old, male, female, all sorts of levels of health. And if you have any health issues and problems, this kind of diet will work for you. And the reason why I'm saying that so confidently is because the vast majority of large studies back this up. This isn't based on hypothetical stuff or hype or, funded by the pharmaceutical companies or the food industries. This is based on cold, hard evidence and science and our physiology. And you'll see as we go on through this, you'll hear case studies of my own clients and just the types of healing, regeneration that you can experience in your body when you follow, body, mind and spirit actually, when you follow a more plant-based and alkaline diet. I would just qualify that and just give a disclaimer saying I'm not a medical doctor, I'm not your medical doctor, so for sure, go and speak to your medical professional before you make any radical changes to your diet or medication or any of that stuff. But use this as a guidepost to upskill your level of knowledge and understanding on this stuff, and try some bits out for yourself and see how you go. So in last week's episode, we looked at the opportunity that we have and the dangers we face when it comes to your health and well-being and diet and weight loss. And then this week is all about the very best diet, as I mentioned. So if you're confused by which diet is best, if you're looking to lose weight, if you're looking to feel better, if you're looking to get out of pain and even enjoy your food more, if you're looking to improve the nutritional quality of your food without spending loads and loads more money, if you're looking to ensure the health of you and your family, you're looking after children and husband, wife and extended family, if you're concerned about their health and well-being, then listen up. This is a really important episode for you today. Now, before we get into today's training, just to say that today, as I'm recording this is my birthday. And to help me celebrate my birthday, I thought I'd do a little giveaway prize to anyone who participates in this short little small contest. So you can win a copy of my course called The 7 Keys to Extraordinary Health with the Alkaline Diet, which is $47 in value, and it sells on Udemy. And you can have that course absolutely for free and go in and train in the materials. There's videos and worksheets and things. So I'm giving that away free to anyone who leaves me a positive 5-star review, written review, and 5-star rating in iTunes. So if you feel that this podcast is worthy of 5-star ratings, then go in and submit your review and your rating, and email me, laura@laurarimmer.com. Let me know which review is yours with your email address, and I will send you a coupon, a free coupon to my course on Udemy, the 7 Keys to Extraordinary Health with the Alkaline Diet. And this is an evergreen contest as well. So even if you're listening to this months after the release date, still applies. Just email me and I will honour that. If you don't know how to leave a review in iTunes, simply go to iTunes and type in the podcast section Eternal Health, and you'll find it there, and you can click on the write a review button, and you will need to have iTunes on your computer or your phone, but it's fairly easy to install. Or alternatively, just go to my website, laurarimmer.com/eternal health, click on any of the episodes and you'll see a big black button saying iTunes. Find it that way and submit a 5-star rating and review. So without further ado, let's get into today's episode on the very best diet, a plant-based alkaline diet, and what it can do for you, and some case studies on how it can reverse disease. And finally, just to say, the first couple minutes of audio are not amazing, but after that, the audio goes really clear. So enjoy. Hi there, it's Laura Rimmer here, and I want to welcome you to this second video in our training series on how to have high performance health this year and beyond. So firstly, I want to say a big thank you for commenting and your questions on the last video. I had lots of people in our Facebook group message me and comment on the video, and also on the on my website as well, and on email. So thank you for that. If you haven't watched video 1, then I would urge you to go and watch that one first and then come back to this video. So let's do a recap. In the last video, we talked about the opportunity that we have right now to improve your health, your diet, and your life, because the times we're in means that you cannot simply do what everyone else is doing and expect to have great health, because everything in our society, and we looked at this, didn't we? Everything in our society is set up against you and me having great health. Supermarkets are full of Frankenstein foods, unhealthy foods made in a laboratory somewhere rather than grown in fields and in farms. Even things that are grown in fields and farms are heavily sprayed, pumped full of hormones, and manufactured. So advertisements everywhere promoting fast food, junk food, TV, media. The diet industry thrives on confusion. What is the best diet for us? Who knows? So consequently, this filters down into the health results that we're getting in our society, doesn't it? The vast majority of people, I'm really, saddened to say, are overweight, unhealthy, tired, exhausted, stressed out, burnt out, and facing serious disease in many cases. We are currently in a time which the World Health Organization calls a global burden of disease, where the top 3 big diseases, heart disease, cancer, diabetes, and also you can add to that obesity, are rife. So you cannot simply do what everyone else is doing in society and expect to have great health. So you need to have high performance health, as I like to call it, to get the best out of your life. If you want the best for you and your family, and the best out of your career and your social life, then you need to be doing something different. You need to take the narrow path. And that's what we're going to be talking about today. I'm going to be telling you about the benefits of a more plant-based and alkaline forming diet for your great health. In the last video, I also gave you a workbook on how to upgrade your mindset and to identify your current beliefs around diet and health, and to upgrade those as the real kind of bedrock foundation of achieving success with getting out of pain, having more energy, losing weight, feeling great this year. So again, if you haven't done that yet, then please pause this video and go and do that workbook and come back here. In this video today, then we're going to be looking at some real life case studies of people who have implemented the strategies, the diet of high performance, and had nothing short of astounding results. So before I get into that, and this is going to be more of a teaching video today, so I'm going to go over to my computer in a second. But before I do that, just want to remind you why I'm qualified to speak on this subject. So I'm Laura Rimmer, formerly Laura Wilson is my unmarried name, and I wrote a book, The Alkaline 5 Diet, which was published under my maiden name, Laura Wilson, all around the world in 2015 to great acclaim. I've had some wonderful feedback from that book, that people have had great results with their health from reading that book and implementing what I say, the 21-day meal plan and the recipes and the lifestyle approach. I'm a former medical research manager in the UK's health service, so I've seen the kind of standard medical model in great detail. And I've also qualified, and in the last 10 years, I've been coaching in the area of natural health. So qualified as a nutritionist, studied under the world's top doctors in reversing disease and having great results with weight loss with their patients. And I'm an advanced gym instructor, podcast host of the Eternal Health podcast on iTunes. And I've written several books on the area of optimum nutrition, and I coach people one-on-one for great results as well. So that's my background. In my own life, I will tell you a bit more about my journey into health later on in the video, but for now, to say that I went from overweight, unfit smoker to running marathons and ultra marathons. So let's get into today's teaching on why and how a more plant-based alkaline diet is going to really do wonders for you and your health this year. So over the 10 years that I've been coaching in the area of optimum health and nutrition, then I have seen literally hundreds of people who have got slim, healthy and energized, and I've worked with dozens of people who have reversed a serious degenerative disease. So what's been the key to doing this? Well, I mentioned it. It is following the optimum diet, which is a whole food, plant-based and alkaline forming diet. So did you know that an alkaline forming diet, a plant-based diet, is the only diet that's been proven to reverse degenerative disease, slow down the aging process, and significantly reduce or eliminate pain and inflammation? This is backed up by many scientific studies, and there's been large studies done by people like Dr. T. Colin Campbell in the China study, which was the largest study on human nutrition ever conducted, and it conclusively showed that a plant-based alkaline forming diet is hands down best for getting you out of serious disease, pain, inflammation, reversing the aging process and effortless weight loss. Other people, so Dr. Jim Sharps of the Institute of Original Medicine, Dr. John McDougall, who has been reversing disease for 50 years with his patients. 50 years, that's half a century. If you want to know more about this and understand more of what he's got to say, then do check out my podcast episode where I interview him. Dr. Neil Barnard of the Physicians Committee of Responsible Medicine is systematically reversing diabetes, weight, obesity and heart disease with his approach, which is whole food, plant-based and alkaline forming. Incidentally, he wrote the foreword to my book as well, The Alkaline 5 Diet, and agrees with what I say here. So what is an alkaline diet? Well, an alkaline diet, if you're not completely familiar with it, means eating foods that are rich in alkaline minerals such as calcium, magnesium, potassium and manganese. So what foods are particularly high in these minerals? Well, greens. Think leafy greens, broccoli, kale, spinach, rocket, arugula, cilantro, lettuce, all that kind of stuff. It doesn't mean to say that you have to eat only those things. That would be boring, right? But it does mean cutting down on processed foods, processed packaged foods with a lot of artificial colorings, flavorings in. and cutting down on meat and dairy, animal-based products, which are highly acidifying to your body. Now, just in case you're wondering, is this about changing the pH of your body or your blood? No, it's not. That's where people get confused. This is about working in harmony with the pH, the acid-alkaline balance of your body's blood, and the pH of your blood is optimized at slightly alkaline, 7.35 on the pH scale. So we're not looking to change our body or our blood pH. We are simply eating foods that are rich in alkaline minerals that are in harmony with your body's process of doing that anyway. If we continue to eat highly acidifying foods, then we've got a number of mechanisms that the body will use to restore the alkaline balance. So number one is putting on weight. Putting on weight is actually protecting you, believe it or not. When you gain fat, then your body is able to dump all the acidifying toxins into those fat cells to get it away from your vital organs. So you need to be careful when you're on a weight loss diet that's not healthy. Then you could actually be releasing all these toxins into your body, because you've lost that buffer system of your fat storing away those toxins. So that's why it's very important to be on the right diet. And that's also why people yo-yo with their diet, because our bodies will naturally want to put back on the weight if we're continuing to eat unhealthily, and a diet that's full of toxins. So alkaline diet is greens, also things like nuts and seeds, fruits, vegetables, beans and whole grains is going to be the staple of a more alkaline plant-based diet. So with this in mind, I believe that you should take this absolutely seriously and start implementing this stuff if you're not already. We need to be eating around about 10 alkaline forming foods every day, which is much higher than the government's recommended amount of, like 5 servings of fruits and vegetables a day. And it doesn't matter whether you're new to this or whether you've been trying to do this for years, you can make a start today, and with the right proven plan and, person to help you and the right knowledge, then you can for sure succeed with this year. Because the truth is that an alkaline, more plant-based diet is better for everyone, including you. It is the only diet, as I mentioned, that works hands down for everyone, everywhere, all of the time. So you don't need to worry about all these different diets out there. Paleo diet is not going to get you the results you want. The South Beach diet is not going to get you the lasting results you want. All these faddy diets will give you short-term results with weight loss. Yeah, absolutely. But at what cost? What are you doing to your body? This is the diet that is safe, that is healthy, and get this. People report, and I'm one of them, that when you follow this type of diet, your enjoyment of eating actually goes up. So it's not a struggle, it's not boring, it's actually much more satisfying and enjoyable. Now, here's a few reasons why a plant-based diet is good. Well, it means that you can eat more and still lose weight because it's higher in fiber, it's lower in fat, you'll feel fuller longer. These foods often have a lot more water content as well. And think about it. Fat has 9 calories per gram, whereas carbohydrates and protein have 4 calories per gram. So that means you can eat a higher volume of foods and feel fuller longer and lose weight more effortlessly. It also means plant-based eating, you can make naughty foods that are healthy and guilt-free. Like this chocolate cake here is gluten-free, it is dairy-free, it's sugar-free, and it tastes amazing. My mother-in-law actually makes me a lot of plant-based vegan alkaline cakes, which are totally delicious. And she even says herself that she prefers that version of the cakes that she makes to the traditional version. So yes, there is a healthy plant-based alternative for pretty much everything that you like to eat currently that is unhealthy. Plant-based alkaline also turns off your fat genes. You have fat genes in your body, and those genes are more like committees rather than absolute determinants. So what does that mean? It means that our genes can shape and make suggestions to us of putting on weight and getting unhealthy, but they can only do that. Our diet and lifestyle is much, much, much more influential. And when we eat a more plant-based diet, it suppresses those fat genes, which means that it's much harder for us to gain weight, and it makes weight loss effortless. So that's why one of the number one things I hear and people I coach say to me, Laura, I can't eat all the food, I'm losing weight, and all the food that you recommend, it's so much, I can't eat it all. That's one of the number one things I hear. So you will be able to eat in abundance, no more starvation diets, no more hunger, no more restriction, eat in abundance and still lose weight. Who doesn't want that, hey? Now let's look at a few real life case studies. This is one of my clients, Anna, who came to me a couple of years ago. She was overweight and she had type 2 diabetes, and this was threatening her career as an opera singer because her voice was going. So she was really looking to make some changes for the better. We coached together for a couple of months, and she went on to reverse her type 2 diabetes. So her blood sugar levels stabilized. She came off her drugs. She reversed her type 2 diabetes. She embraced a plant-based diet. So this is her here on the left beforehand. This is her on the right, as a fully plant-based person. So she was like a star client, if you like. She's really embraced and run with a plant-based diet, really enjoys eating this way, and has lost 50 pounds. So amazing. One of my other clients, this is Beth from Virginia. She says that she effortlessly lost 10 pounds during our time together. She was struggling with eating the wrong foods, working long hours in her job, grabbing snacks up, in the middle of the night eating, and not great habits. She found that when she followed a more plant-based alkaline diet, the program that I gave her, she lost 10 pounds effortlessly. This is one of my other clients, Nada from New York, who's an acupuncturist. She struggled for years with psoriasis on her feet, which was itchy, sore, painful, and embarrassing. She said to me, Laura, when I go on holiday with my girlfriends, I feel so embarrassed. I don't want to wear sandals. I have to cover my feet. It's painful, it's sore. And her son also had this problem. So she was really looking to ease those symptoms. And during the time we worked together, in less than 8 weeks, her psoriasis completely went. This is Thomas, one of my coaching clients from Ireland. He came to me as a football coach and was really struggling because he had ulcerative colitis, which was just so painful. It was crippling to him during his, when he was trying to coach football. Time we worked together, he significantly reduced those symptoms of colitis from going on a more plant-based diet. Betty, one of my other clients from London, had sore tongue acid reflux. So every time she ate, it was very painful. Her tongue would swell. She was told by the doctors that she'd be on pills for 10 years or more. She'd have this condition for 10 years and there was nothing she could do. When we worked together, this was gone in 6 weeks. She had no more symptoms of sore tongue. She was able to eat and enjoy her food. So amazing results, hey? And then me, I'm Laura from Devon. And over the time that I've been following a more plant-based alkaline diet, I've lost 20 pounds in weight. I went from smoker at university and no energy whatsoever to quitting smoking. I got fit. I've been running marathons and I feel wonderful. At the age of 38, I feel vibrant and youthful. So that's my results. Now you might be thinking, but what if I don't want to go completely plant-based, completely vegan? This is what I hear from people. I don't want to go vegan. Listen, you don't have to. For many people, it's a long journey of, if they end up completely vegan, it has been a process, and that's been only after a number of years of really embracing a more plant-based diet and lifestyle. So rather than say, I never want to go vegan and just carry on with what you're doing, which will get you, the same results that everyone else is having in society if you're not careful, let's make some small changes along the way. And one of the best things that you can do starting right now is to have and embrace the green smoothie. So a green smoothie is an easy, tasty way to get lots of alkaline, whole food, plant-based ingredients into your daily life in a raw form. So a green smoothie is highly, highly nutritious, and it means that you don't have to make lots of other changes. Just start here by adding in some fresh greens into your diet, into your day, and you will see by just making this one small change to start with, your energy levels go up. Your skin will improve, you will feel more vital, you may lose some weight quite effortlessly in a short period of time. So that's where we can start to really make some small changes along the path of eating more plant-based alkaline and see those small wins. So download the high performance smoothie recipe sheet that I have given you below this video. So I hope you enjoyed today's teaching. Do let me know any questions you have or any concerns or comments in the comments below. Let me know what you've got from this teaching today. Any aha moments, anything that switched in your mind that you think, yes, that makes sense. Or as I say, any questions or concerns, leave me a comment below. Let me know that you've watched this video. Now, in the next video of this series, I'm going to be showing you about how to get real results with the strategies I've been talking about today and with a more plant-based diet, because it's one thing to know that, yes, a more alkaline plant-based diet is good for me and to start on the path, but then fall off the wagon and go back to your old unhealthy way of eating, which I see many people do. So what's the real key to staying on track, staying motivated, and achieving your results? So the next video is going to be all about the rubber meeting the road and getting those real lasting results, which absolutely you can have with the right approach. So that's in video 3. So stay tuned in the next couple of days for that video. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed today's episode. I hope you got some value from that and some thought-provoking things there, aren't there? Like I said at the beginning of this podcast, you might want to go back and watch the video that this training came from, and I will link to that in the show notes for today's episode, which is at laurarimmer.com/EH018. So I'm going to leave you today with some verses from scripture, like we always do on this podcast, because I think it's important to root back what we're talking about in diet and health into God's word, because God is our creator. He created the universe and everything in it. He created our bodies, our mind, our spirit. So it's important to relate back the science and the evidence and the things that we know to be true when it comes to diet and health back to what our creator, the person, the God that designed us, what he has to say about things. So given that it's my birthday today on the 29th, I'm going to read you the 29th Psalm. Ascribe to the Lord, O heavenly beings. Ascribe to the Lord glory and strength. Ascribe to the Lord the glory due his name. Worship the Lord in the splendor of holiness. The voice of the Lord is over the waters. The God of glory thunders. The Lord over many waters. The voice of the Lord is powerful. The voice of the Lord is full of majesty. The voice of the Lord breaks the cedars. The Lord breaks the cedars of Lebanon. He makes Lebanon to skip like a calf, and Syrian like a young wild ox. The voice of the Lord flashes forth flames of fire. The voice of the Lord shakes the wilderness. The Lord shakes the wilderness of Kadesh. The voice of the Lord makes the deer give birth, and strips the forests bare. And in his temple all cry, Glory. The Lord sits enthroned over the flood. The Lord sits enthroned as King forever. May the Lord give strength to his people. May the Lord bless his people with peace. If you have any questions about me reading scripture to you and wonder how this relates to anything to do with health, feel free to email me, laura@laurarimmer.com, and I'd be happy to explain a bit more about this. And I will talk about this more in future episodes, and you can go back and listen to my episode on the gospel as well if you have any other further questions. So I'll leave it there today. Thanks so much for listening. Look out for the third part in this video training series on how to have optimum health and a high performance diet coming up very soon. So until then, have a great week, and I'll speak to you soon. Bye for now.
Thanks for listening to the Eternal Health Podcast. Go to laurarimmer.com to download your free Optimum Health Scorecard and find out your current health score, plus tips, coaching, and training on how to get slim, healed, and energized. Remember to subscribe, rate, and review on iTunes, and we'll catch you next time on Eternal Health.